let's do a short intro to some of the books of John Dee. In the late 1500s, John Dee and his friend, also an alchemist, E. Kelly, started to contact angels. And Dr. Dee enjoyed the patronage of Queen Elizabeth I. And he was dedicated to help the English Empire. And his goal was that they would have some sort of magical world domination, and with that they could influence the fates of the hostile neighboring countries and so on. So they started summoning and conversing with a large group of angels. But the angels had their own agenda. Instead of gold and treasures, they gave what they thought was gold and treasures. That's what we call the Enochian or angelical language, and also the wisdom and how to gain wisdom. And John Dee made only one attempt to produce a Solomonic-style grimoire, which is now published as The Enochian Magic of Dr. John Dee by G. James. But he kept the diaries of his work with the angels that are very interesting. So, and he did it by scrying and having his magical table and so on. So let's look at that. The 5 books of the mysteries, Quinti Libri Mysterium. And they are preserved as Sloan MS 3188. And it goes from the years from December 22, 1581 to May 23rd, 1583. And that is the transmission of the Heptarchia, the magic that centers around the mystery of the 7 archangels who stand before the throne of God. And it focuses heavily on the 7 planets' days of the week, and even the 7 biblical days of creation. And the magic works through itself with the 49 9 planetary angels, and who all have very specific functions, like helping with wisdom and knowledge and military protection. And John Dee was heavily influenced by the Pauline art and the Almadel of Solomon was the main source of design for Dee's holy table, square in shape with a border inside, edges containing divine names and a hexagram in its center. The Almadel is made of wax, while Dee's table is made of wood. And he used the Sigillum Dei Amet, seal of God or seal of truth, that rest upon the holy table, and just like the Almadels, it was to place the crystal upon it. And the Sigillum, seal of God, makes its original appearance in the Swarm Book of Honorius, even if they have different inscriptions within. And the Ring of Solomon, fashioned in pure gold and featuring the divine name Pele, comes from Agrippa's 3 books. And also the Judges 13:18 in the Bible, and the Archangel Michael delivered the design of this ring to Dee, and stating that that was the actual ring worn by Solomon when he worked his miracles. Dee himself was instructed to attempt nothing without it. And then we have the 7 talismans known as the ensigns of creation, corresponding to the 7 biblical days of creation, and fashioned from purified tin and arrayed round the sigillum de amet, a layman written in angelical characters, several covers of silk, a crystal, a shrew stone, or a crystal ball, layman's for each planetary angelic hymn, and 4 miniature wax seals for placement under the legs of the table. And at the end of the 5 books came the truly Enochian material. It came in the book name of a holy book named Loaget, the Book of Speech from God. And this text consisted of 49 pages covered with indecipherable language arranged in the form of a huge magical squares. And they just proclaimed that it was a new doctrine, that it was contained the words by which God created the universe. And after that came the true and faithful revelation. And the full title is that a true and faithful relation of what passed for many years between Dr. John Dee and a mathematician of great fame in Q. Ellis and King James Diaries and some spirits. It's a huge thick book published in 1659 by Merrick Casabon, containing 13 books and covering from May 28, 1583 to September 7, 1607. And this is the book where we find the 48 angelical keys, the great table of the earth with the watchtowers, the 91 or 92 parts of the earth and the 38 as heavens. And the angels related instruction for using the keys that are known as calls to access the mysteries of Logat. The celestial hierarchies within the watchtowers are defined for the most part, and with long rites of summoning to establish contact with them. And there are also some obscure instructions for scrying into the parts of the earth, and so on. And they hope to control any country in the world by simply having access to angels who resided in the area of the world. And this is just, of course, a simple scratch of the magic. And in my Enochian playlist, I've gone in detail about the magic and the fasting and the prayers and all that work and the scrying and so on. But these are the most important things to know about Dee. And I might do something more about his life someday. But have a magical, magical day and be inspired.